Dear students, let us discuss the topic familiarizing with classification of forests in India. The introduction, the object of classification, the basis of classification, classification of forest types, summarizing the topic. The forest is a complex ecosystem consisting mainly of trees that shield the earth and support innumerable life forms. A forest is an area with very high density of trees. It is defined as a stand of trees growing close together with associated plants of various kinds. Forests can develop wherever there is an average temperature of greater than 10 degrees Celsius in the warmest months and annual rainfall in excess of 200 millimeters annually, except where natural fire frequently is too high or where there is environment has been impaired by natural processes or by human activities. Forest type is defined as a unit of vegetation which possesses sufficiently pronounced vegetation to permit of its differentiation from other such units. Forests can be classified into many types. Some of the several types of forests are the taiga type, that is consisting of pines, spruce, etc. The mixed temperate forests with both coniferous and deciduous trees, the temperate forests, the subtropical forests, the tropical forests and the equatorial rainforests. The 6 major groups of forests in India are moist tropical, dry tropical, montane subtropical, montane temperature, subalpine and alpine. These are subdivided into 16 major forest types. Forest type is a category of forest defined with reference to its geographical location, climate and edaphic features, composition and condition. Champion and Said define it as a unit of vegetation which possesses broad characteristics in physiognomy and structure sufficiently pronounced to permit of its differentiation from other such units. This is irrespective of physiographic, edaphic, biotic factors. It is selected in the first place subjectively from the ever varying cover of vegetation with boundaries arbitrarily imposed on what are in fact gradual changes. Climate, soil type, topography and elevation are the main factors that determine the type of forest. India has a diverse range of forests from the rainforest of Kerala in the south to the alpine pastures of Ladakh in north. Forests are classified according to their nature and composition, a type of climate and its relationship with the surrounding environment. Object of classification. The main object of classification of forests into forest type is to find out correct silvicultural techniques and management practices for the development of forests. These techniques and practices cannot have universal application because forests vary from place to place. Therefore, it becomes necessary to classify the forests into forest types so that suitable silvicultural techniques and management practices may be evolved for each type to be applied to similar types in the field. This avoids a waste of money and resources as well as disappointment resulting from the failure of wrong techniques. Scientific study of forest types facilitates study of climatic conditions and species in different types of forests. Basis of classification. The forests can be classified into forest types on the basis of physiognomy, that is, physiognomy means the general appearance of forest community. It is described by dominant growth form, seasonal changes and such other features as may be associated with very dry or very wet site. Then structure. Structure of a forest is described by stratification and dimension of trees, including height and spacing. It is generally observed that more favorable the site to tree growth, the greater is the number of strata, and the less the favorable the site, the lesser is the number of strata in which the forest is divided. Therefore, structural stratification gives good basis for classifying forest types. Then function. Function refers to the most common morphological characters of the species, such as leaf characters, leaf, stem and root characters. For example, buttress formation, development of stilt roots, etc., which forms the basis of classification. Then floristics. Floristics refers to the species present in a particular forest. While this forms an important basis for delimiting a forest type, there is a great difference of opinion as to whether the frequency of the species should be used as a basis or not. However, this can be used to distinguish subtypes. Then dynamics. It is the result of interaction between vegetation and site. There is continual change between the two. This results in succession and development of climax communities. Then habitat. Habitat refers to the effective environmental condition in which a forest community exists. Thus, climate and edaphic factors often form the basis of classifying forest vegetation. Then physiography. Physiography refers to the natural features of earth surface as it modifies the microclimate and results in different vegetation types occurring in the same climate and hill slopes. Then history. History refers to past biotic influences on a site and its vegetation. Though these are very important in determining the present condition and future potentialities in vegetational communities, it is often difficult to assess these factors correctly. The system of classification of forest types. Environment has the profound influence on vegetation, which not only grows and develops in its environment, but remains in equilibrium with it. Therefore, the system of classification of vegetation can be botanical, that is based mainly on vegetation. The classification based mainly on vegetation is made on the basis of study of plant communities. The data collected as a result of the study is grouped on the basis of physiognomy, structure, composition and dynamics. There are two ways of arranging the data. In one case, the primary unit is plant association and a number of such associations are grouped together on the basis of similarities to form a forest type. On the other hand, a vegetation type is broken into successively smaller units on the basis of differences. Climatic, that is based mainly on climate. The system has been followed by many workers. The method of classification is as follows. Simper, 1898, classified vegetation first according to temperature zones, and within each temperature zone he made further classification on the basis of moisture condition. He considered mountains separately as they had their own climatic peculiarities. Mayer in the year 1909 adopted temperature zones combined with latitude and altitude as the basis for primary classification. The other factors to which he attached importance next was the mean temperature during the growing season from May to August. He differentiated between coastal and continental climate. Köppen 1931 adopted temperature of the hottest and coldest months and the relative rainfall of the wettest and driest months and season of rainfall as a basis of classification. Thornwright 1933 adopted temperature efficiency as the basis of classification. Later in 1948, he used potential evapotranspiration as the basis. Schonberg 1958 adopted thermodynamic principles, especially the relation between the rise in temperature and the speed of chemical reaction as the basis for differentiating humid and arid climates. He also made a supposition that 30 degrees Celsius marks a critical boundary below which growth stimulating factors are dominant and above which inhibiting factors become dominant. A few workers have also used bioclimate for classification of forest types. A few examples are given here under. Seth and Kahn 1959 adopted Emberger's formula for bioclimatic types in distinguishing bioclimate types of the dry zone in India. Gaussen 1959 adopted temperature, rainfall and duration of the dry period for differentiating bioclimatic types. An ecological, that is based mainly on ecosystem consisting of vegetation environment complex. This system gives sufficient weightage to both vegetation and climate. The most important classifications of this system have been proposed by Burt, Davy, then Swain, Gaussen and by Champion and Seth in the revised classification of forest types of India. Now, let us discuss about the revised classification of forest types. The forest types of India have been divided into the following 5 major groups: tropical forests, then montane subtropical forests, then montane temperate forests, then subalpine forests and alpine scrub forests. Classification of major groups: tropical wet evergreen forests, semi-evergreen forests, moist deciduous forests, littoral and swamp forests, dry deciduous forests, thorn forests and dry evergreen forest. Montane subtropical: broad-leaved hill forests, pine forests, dry evergreen forests. Montane temperate forests include montane wet temperate forests, Himalayan temperate forests, Himalayan dry temperate forests. Then subalpine forests, then alpine, moist alpine scrub, dry alpine scrub. Then tropical wet evergreen forests. This group is divided into 2 subgroups. Subgroup 1A, southern tropical wet evergreen forests. This subgroup occurs throughout the tropical parts of southern India and Andamans, where rainfall is adequate and well distributed. It is found in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka and Andamans. The vegetation comprises Dipterocarpus, Hopia, Calophyllum, Artocarpus, Mangifera, Eugenia, etc. in the overwood, evergreen species of Myrtaceae and Lauraceae in the middle story, and canes, creeping bamboo and palms in the undergrowth. Grasses are absent and ground cover consists of Strobilanthes, Ixora, Canthium, etc. Epiphytes, ferns and orchids are numerous. Subgroup 1B, northern tropical wet evergreen forests. This subgroup occurs throughout northeast India, where annual rainfall exceeds 2500 millimeters and the soil is fairly retentive of moisture. The vegetation consists of Dipterocarpus, Shorea, Orthocarpus, Syzygium, Mesua, Michelia, etc. in the overwood, Vatica, Garcinia, Dendrocalamus, Hamiltoni, Melacana and Bambusa in the middle story, and Clerodendron, Ixora, Laportia, canes in the undergrowth. Tropical semi-evergreen forests. In that subgroup 2A, southern tropical semi-evergreen forests, the subgroup occurs throughout the moist parts of southern tropics, always adjoining evergreen forests where moisture conditions are adequate for an evergreen climax. It is found locally along Western Ghats, for example, near Goa, in South Canara, in Wayanad, Palghat and in Andamans. The overwood mostly consists of Jaelia and Terminalia, but Dipterocarpus, Balanocarpus and Hopia are also met with frequently. Middle story consists of Sclechera oleosa, Eliocarpus, Melatus, Diospyros, Hydnocarpus, etc. Undergrowth consists of Strobilanthes, Clerodendron, Glycosmis, Ixora, etc. Then subgroup 2B, northern tropical semi-evergreen forests. This group occurs in heavy rainfall of Assam, Bengal and coastal parts of Orissa. The overwood consists of a few Dipterocarpus along with Syzygium, Cinnamomum, Orthocarpus and occasionally Sal. While presence of Dipterocarpus is indicative of a retrogression stage from a tropical evergreen, presence of Sal is indicative of a subclimax conditioned by burning or other desiccating factors. Middle story consists of Macillas, Actinodaphne, Polyalthea, Aphanomyxis, Mesua, etc. Among the bamboos, Bambusa arundinacea, Dendrocalamus hamiltoni, Melacana bambusoides are commonly found. Tropical moist deciduous forests. Subgroup 3A. Andaman moist deciduous forests. This subgroup is found in Andaman Islands. The overwood consists of Pterocarpus dalbergioides, Terminalia species, Canarium, Euphyllum, Salmelia insignis, etc. The middle story consists of Lania caramandalynica, Adinanthera pavonina, Delania, Diospyros, Saccopetalum, Cinnamomum, etc. Among the bamboos, Oxytenanthera nigrociliata and Bambusa schizostachyoides are met with. Undergrowth consists of Murraya paniculata, Atlantia, Ixora, Malotus, etc. Subgroup 3B, South Indian moist deciduous forests. The subgroup occurs in parts of Jabalpur, Mandla and Raipur divisions of Madhya Pradesh, Dangs division in Gujarat, parts of Kolaba and Thana divisions in Maharashtra, Kannara, Mangalore in Karnataka, South Coimbatore, Tirunelveli divisions in Tamil Nadu, Nilambur and Wayanad divisions in Kerala. Then subgroup 3C, North Indian moist deciduous forests. This subgroup occurs throughout northern India except the dry northwest where it is occasionally met with as host climax and in the overwet northeast where it is occasionally occurs in primary succession on alluvial soils. Thus, it is found in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Bengal and Assam. Then littoral and swamp forests. Subgroup 4A. Littoral forests. This group has only one type, that is littoral forests, which occurs all along the coast, where a fair width of sandy beach occurs. Overwood consists of Casuarina equisetifolia, Manilcara littoralis, Calophyllum, Inophyllum. Mid-story consists of Pangamia, Barringtonia, Erythrina, etc. Then tropical dry deciduous forests. In that subgroup 5A, southern tropical dry deciduous forests. This subgroup occurs throughout the peninsula except where the rainfall is more than 1900 millimeters or less than 750 millimeters. Thus, it is found in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Overwood consists of Tectona grandis, Terminalia tomentosa, Anagysis latifolia, Lyospirus melanoxylon, Boswellia serrata, Sterculia urens, Lania caramandellinica, etc. Seedling regeneration is absent. Tropical thorn forests. Subgroup 6A, southern tropical thorn forests. This subgroup occurs throughout the dry peninsular India to the lee of western Ghats, from Indore and Bhopal in the north to extreme south, that is in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Overwood consists of Acacia catachu, Acacia leucoploia, Acacia arabica, Acacia chundra, Balanitis aegyptica, Capparis prosopis, Albigia amara, Ziziphus, Anagysis. Then tropical dry evergreen forests. In that subgroup 7A, tropical dry evergreen forests, this group has only one type. It occurs only in Carnatic coast from Tirunelveli to Nellore as a result of unusual climatic conditions. The mean annual rainfall varies from 870 millimeters to 1270 millimeters, and the mean annual temperature ranges from 28 to 29 degrees Celsius. The overwood consists of Manilcara hexandra, Canthium, Dicocum, Ziziphus, Glabriana, Acacia leucoploia, Tamarindus, etc. Then subtropical broad-leaved hill forests. In that subgroup 8A, this group occurs at altitudes between 1000 to 1700 meters on South Indian hills and above 1000 meters on Central Indian hills and hills of Rajasthan. The annual temperature ranges between 17 to 22 degrees Celsius and the mean annual rainfall varies from 1500 above 6600 millimeters. The important tree species forming the top and middle story are Eugenia whiteiana, Eugenia arnotiana, Calophyllum elatum, Actinodaphne hookeri, Litsia stocksii, Cinnamomum sulphuratum, Canthium dicocum, Rhododendron nilagaricum, Microtropis valesianum, etc. Then subtropical pine forests. This group occurs throughout the western and central Himalayas between altitudes of 1000 to 1800 meters. The main species is Pinus roxburghi, which occurs in pure forests over extensive areas. This group also occurs on Khasi, Naga and Manipur hills, though the species in these areas is Pinus insularis. The mean temperature ranges between 15 to 20 degrees Celsius and the mean annual rainfall varies from 1000 to 3000 millimeters. The species consists of Termania cebula, Melotus philippiensis, Pyrus fascia, Syzygium cumini, Albizia chinensis, Umbilica officinalis and Acacia catachu forming the middle story. Then subtropical dry evergreen forests. This group occurs on Bhabar, the Shivalik hills and foothills of Himalayas, extending up the main valley to about 1000 meters. The climate of the area is characterized by long, hot, very dry season and a cold winter with occasional frost. Rainfall rarely exceeds 1000 millimeters. This type consists of Acacia modesta scrub forest. Oleocuspidata is found in Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and UP. Acacia modesta occurs in mixed scrub of hills and colonizes denuded hill slopes. Then wet temperate forests. In that subgroup 11A, southern montane wet temperate forests. This type occurs in Tamil Nadu and Kerala on Nilgiri, Annamalai Hill, Palini and Tirunelveli hills from about 1500 meters upwards. It is found in patches, they are also called as sholas, in the sheltered places, while the rest of the area is grassland. The mean annual temperature ranges from 14 to 17 degrees Celsius. The mean annual rainfall ranges from 1300 and above 6000 millimeters or more, and this is received both from southwest and northeast monsoons. Overhead consists of Turnstromia gymnanthera, Eugenia calophylifolia, Eugenia arnotiana, Eugenia montana, Rhododendron niligaricum, Michaelia niligarica, Meliosma, Iliocarpus, Photinia, etc. Then Himalayan moist temperate forests. This group occurs throughout the length of Himalayas at altitudes between 1500 and 3300 meters. The limits varying with aspects and configuration. Thus, it is found in Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Sikkim and West Bengal. It is also found in Nepal and Bhutan. The mean annual temperature ranges between 13 to 16 degrees Celsius and the rainfall varies from 1100 to 2000 millimeters, and most of it is received from the southwest monsoon. This forest consists of Quercus inciana, Quercus dilatata, Cedrus deodar and blue pine towards the upper limit, and with Quercus glauca and local Quercus lanuaginos towards the lower limit. In its normal zone, it is commonly associated with Rhododendron arboretum, Lionia, ovalifolia, Eunomias pendulus, Rose semilata, Ilex dipterina, Symplochus, Cornus, Litzia, Pyrus, Castonopsis, Myrica, etc. Then Himalayan dry temperate forests. This group occurs in the inner ranges of Himalayas, where the southwest monsoon gives very little rain and the precipitation is mainly in the form of snow during winter. Thus, it occurs in Ladakh, Chamba, Himachal Pradesh, Inner Garhwal in UP, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. Mean annual temperature varies from 6 to 17 degrees Celsius and the mean annual rainfall ranges from 80 to 800 millimeters, and most of it received during winter. The species consists of Pinus gerardiana, Quercus, Ilex with occasional deodar, Acer and Celtis. Then subalpine forests. This group is the topmost tree forest in the Himalayas adjoining alpine scrub or grassland. It is generally in the form of strips along spurs between snow slides and on shelterwood slopes from Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. It is found on the altitudinal zones of 2900 to 3000 meters or more. The annual temperature varies from 2 to 6 degrees Celsius and the mean annual rainfall varies from 80 to 650 millimeters. Then moist alpine scrub. This scrub occurs on the entire length of Himalayas, usually above 3500 meters. This group is divided into following types: birch rhododendron scrub forest and deciduous alpine scrub and alpine pastures. This type consists of mesophytic herbs with very little grass. Common herbs are primula, anemone, fritillaria, iris, gentiana with many ranunculaceae, cruciferae and compositae. Then dry alpine scrub. It occurs in Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Kashmir. It is a xerophytic formation in which dwarf scrubs predominate. Characteristic plants are Eurotia, Ceratoides, Juniperus valenciana, Juniperus communis, Artemisia, Caragana, Lonicera and Potentilla. Then to summarize the entire topic on classification of forest, India is one of the 17 mega biodiversity regions of the world. Indian forest types include tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, swamp, mangroves, subtropical mountain scrub, subalpine and alpine forests. Climate, soil type, topography and elevation are the main factors that determine the types of forests. India has a diverse range of forests, from the rainforests of Kerala to subalpine pastures of Ladakh, from the deserts of Rajasthan in the west to the evergreen forests in the northeast. Forests are classified according to their nature and composition, the type of climate in which they thrive and its relationship with the surrounding environment. Forests in India are classified into 6 major groups. They are moist tropical, dry tropical, mountain subtropical, mountain temperate, subalpine and alpine. Champion and Site 1968 recognized 16 types of forests in India. These forest types cover nearly 17% of the total area of Indian territory. The basis of classification and forest types of India are described briefly in the script. Thank you.